And we are live! It's the Wine O'Clock Report!
Yay.
Brought to you by wine. Is there anything
Wine
better
o'clock.
in the world than wine?
Wine.
Especially at Wine O'Clock Report time? Cheers!
It'd be kind of silly to be doing Wine O'Clock Report and not have wine.
You know, to have beer or something like that, or sarsaparilla, or, water or something like that. Well, we have water too, because it's all part of pacing yourself.
It's good to stay hydrated too.
Yeah, it's good to stay hydrated, even in the winter season, no matter what time of year it
Especially in
is.
the winter season.
Sure, because you don't think about it as much.
No, but because the air is a lot drier.
You're right, the air is a lot drier. Okay, now, you must wonder what we're drinking here tonight. First, I think you've got at least one clue. It's red. It's a red wine. See? Shocking red. Shocking. Okay, well, since this is Saturday night, and we may not do this every Saturday night, but I decided to go on ahead and do it. It's time for boxes.
Box wine.
Box wine. This is my current fave box wine, Van Vault Malbec. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a big Malbec fan. In fact, sometimes...
Why? We don't know.
No, it's just good. It's an extremely food-friendly wine with all different types of food. It's not full of tannins, ready to stomp you in the face.
That's one good thing about it.
Yeah, it's very drinkable. It's got depth and character, and it's actually an old French blending grape that got a second renaissance whenever they started planting it again in Argentina. For those of you, yeah, go ahead.
Pretty cool, but I'll have to disagree with you on the depth and character. I think my reason I don't like Malbec is because it doesn't have a lot of depth. It doesn't have... It's just sort of, you can kind of tell why they use it as a blending grape, because there's a really nice flavor there, but it's kind of one note to me.
I would agree with you as far as the box versions of Malbec. I have had some superb Malbecs that actually have a bit more, actually quite a bit more character and depth, especially if you age them. Because this is Van Vault. Most of it is pretty much unaged or marginally aged. But if you put it away, if you cellar it for 10, 20, 30 years, I think you'll find you get something really nice.
So I wonder if you took this box of wine and you put it away for 10 years, if that would make it better, because the technology that goes into the wine box is that vacuum sealing.
Right.
I mean, maybe it would be better. Maybe it would give more time for those flavors to develop in that box.
I would say probably not, but you know what? There may be enough to where some true aging takes place. Box wines haven't been out, especially good box wines like this one, haven't been out long enough to really assess whether that would be possible or not.
So you think the aging in the barrel then is more important than aging once it's bottled or boxed in this case?
I think it's both. I think it's both, but in particular, most of the aging for box wines is going to take place in a barrel or in a big steel vat. A lot of wines these days are processed in big steel vats. So I don't know if this one is or not.
Well, I don't either. I don't know if we could find out, but maybe.
But in any case, let's talk about the wine itself.
Okay, let's talk about this wine.
I'm getting some nice vanilla on it.
I definitely get the vanilla, yeah. I'll agree with you on that.
And there's like white pepper. It's peppery, but just a understated pepper.
I get no pepper whatsoever.
Okay, you don't have any pepper in your step?
No pepper.
Oh, that's too bad. You can't play hockey without pepper in your step. You just ask any Canadian you know, eh?
I get the florals.
Lavender?
No.
Okay, what are you nosing about?
Roses.
Okay.
Rather than...
Okay, yeah.
But still, I'm not a huge fan of this. Plus, it's too cold. What is with you and cold red wine?
I don't know. It's a hangover from when a hangover. Yeah.
Hangover.
I'm a hangover. Yeah. It's a hangover from when before I started modifying my palate. So generally speaking, though, if you do have that problem,
I'm going to warm up my wine.
If you do have that problem and your wine is a little too cold, try warming it up in your hands for about 5-10 minutes, and you may do better. I did pull this one out. I'm a firm believer in French room temperature, and what that means is that it's room temperature in France, especially in the French cellars, is a lot colder than general, 75 degrees or whatever it is in American.
It's 65 degrees.
Or 60.
Room temperature is.
I think it's 60, but that's
you
okay.
drink wine below 50, so
Right.
I'm just saying.
Well, I don't know.
You're
if I
over
called it
50,
before.
but you drink your wine below 50.
Well, I'm going to work on that. As a good husband should always have, guys, good husband should always have something to work on, and I will work on that. Are you trying to force me out of the frame? Uh-oh. She wants to be the center of attention,
Hi.
just like our cat. Well, let me sneak back in.
That didn't work out.
Okay, now... But in any case, this is very drinkable, very pairable.
I need food with this.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not good by itself.
We've got a marvelous roast with potatoes and carrots and onions in the crock pot right now. And by the way,
the gravy, the special gravy.
Yes, I fixed her. She has always been an anti-gravy person.
The gravy.
Well, the thing is when she grew up, it was the post gravy generation when cooks were saying, "Well, we don't need gravy if we're prepared, if the food is prepared correctly," which is true, but
the only but plus being from the South.
Yeah,
I'm from the South.
I'm from the South too.
Being from the South.
Gravy
is nothing but flour mixed in with the drippings from whatever it is.
That's flour and butter. Flour and butter mixed in with the drippings. And since I mentioned roast beef would be an excellent accompaniment to this Van Vault Malbec, let me introduce you to a new special part of Wine O'Clock Report.
We have a new segment.
We have a new cookbook segment. And I want to, let me call the props department. Props, come in. Okay. Yes, sir.
Props has about the same voice as you do. That's kind of weird. Is that your twin?
It's a deeper voice, yes. Yes, Props is right on it, sir. Here we go. Okay, we've decided it's been my birthday recently. I got another year older and deeper in debt. Thank you, Tennessee Ernie Ford. You load 16 tons and what do you get? Anyway, I got a wonderful cookbook. I have a great collection of about 50, 60 cookbooks, but this is in my top 5, and everybody's raving about it this year.
It's in his top 5, and yet he just got it last
week. And yet I just got it. That tells you how good it is.
That tells you how good
But the thing is, it's supposedly it's one of the top cookbooks of the year, and it's especially for cooking light readers. You will love this one.
The magazine, Cooking Light.
It is the Food Bible by...
It's actually not the Food Bible, it's the
Food Lab. Yes, the Food Lab by J. Kenji Lopez Alt. And he does the column Help Me Kenji in Cooking Light. He, I believe, works at SeriousEats.com.
That's serious.
And he has... this is a wonderful book. Imagine if Thomas Keller, that great chef of the French Laundry and one of the top chefs in America, had a love child with Alton Brown, Mr. Food Science from the Food Network.
We're not trying to start any rumors.
We're not trying to start any rumors, but... it would come out a lot like this. And what I love are cookbooks that not only give you the recipe and tell you how to do it, but also why do you do it this way?
I like that.
And the thing is you'd expect this because this is a fairly high dollar. You can get it for cheap if you know where to look. Fairly cheap. Cookbook, and you might figure it to be full of frou-frou food, like pan-seared diver scallops plus rabbit 7 ways and wedge salad and peanut butter panna cotta.
Coulis, yes.
Yeah, and coulis, yes. And duck confit. Yes, don't forget the duck confit. Well, looky here. A recipe that we are trying out right now for... You can't probably see it too well, but here we go. All-American pot roast. Okay, You think this is going to be too frou-frou for you? Right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Do you see this great big juicy pot roast? So it tells you all the science around it. For instance, the recipe calls for onions. In another section of the book, he goes on and on about each and every onion that's available out there, typically in any Walmart neighborhood market or any grocery store, and says, this is what it tastes like. This is what it's used for. This is what it's best for.
So basically, you can get these ingredients at, Walmart neighborhood market. So you're not breaking the bank making these amazing food creations.
That is correct. That is correct. And Kenji, if you're listening out there, I'm sorry. I had to make a few substitutions. For instance, you called for Marmite, which is that
what
British...
What the heck is Marmite?
Marmite is a British paste that... a savory paste that people either love it or hate it.
Is it like Vegemite?
It's kind of like that, yeah. In fact, I think Vegemite is kind of an offshoot of Marmite. So I couldn't find any...
good.
But I did have Worcestershire sauce and oyster sauce that I thought might hit the correct flavor profile that we're looking for with Marmite. So, and I did use capers because yes,
Capers are my favorite.
she loves capers. Well, actually, capers are her second favorite. Her favorite is truffles,
Oh my gosh.
especially in corn chowder or on pizza.
Can we talk about black truffles for a minute?
Yes.
So, we watch the Food Network a lot, as you might think. And so we'd watch these cooking shows, and the celebrity chefs would be all, put this black truffle in the recipe, and they'd like shave it, and they'd be like, that's $20. That's another $20. That's another $20. I'm like, what the hell? What is up with these truffles?
That's
Why
right.
are they so expensive?
Because
Blah, blah,
they're
blah.
so good.
So we went to this restaurant in Dallas. It's called the Second Floor. And it's
Wonderful chef Scott Gottlich.
Yes,
and his
so good.
wonderful sommelier wife
And
Gina.
I love corn chowder soup, and so I'm like, can I have corn chowder soup? And so they bring me this corn chowder soup, and there's these little black shavings on top. And I eat it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is manna from heaven. This is this is ambrosia. This is the most brilliant tasting thing I've ever eaten in my entire life. Guess what? Black truffles. Now I get it.
And not only that, the next time I think we went there, she requested it on her pizza.
On my pizza, and they did it. It was so
course.
good. So
It's
now I'm all
so
about
wonderful.
black truffles, but this one can't afford black truffles, so
Truffle oil, though, if
Whatever.
you want to use
Not the
truffle
same.
oil, that'll help. That will help.
Not
But in
the
any
same.
case, this is a wonderful cookbook. It goes into what is cooking, weight versus volume, foolproof hollandaise sauce. Man, Kenji, you're a braver man than I.
Mr.
Alton
You're
Brown has given
better than
up.
I.
Alton Brown, from what I hear, has given up making hollandaise sauce because it's so hard. And creamy scrambled eggs, chicken and dumplings, pot roast.
What about beef
perfect
Wellington?
Steak. I haven't found beef Wellington, but it talks about all the different steaks and how to cook them and the whole 9 yards. 3-minute chicken. Three minute, not two, but
chicken.
3-minute chicken cutlets. Things of that nature. This is a very accessible cookbook for if you want
So it's-
just for the recipes, but if you want to really learn about cooking.
If you're a nerd and a chef.
That's right. I put it right up there with the Professional Chef, the textbook of the Culinary Institute of America, and with anything my man Thomas Keller has ever done. So, Kenji,
Thomas Keller.
this is the bomb,
We love
and
you.
you exploded it on the American dining scene.
We
and
love you,
it.
Kenji.
Yes. And now I think we're getting close because this is getting a bit on the long side.
This has been all about you tonight, hasn't it? I think they want more of me next time.
Well, what you need to do, look, this is what you need to do.
What?
This is what you need to do. You need
What?
to kind of just
Oh,
do like
edge
you're
you
doing.
out again?
Yeah, edge me out. There you go. There you go.
And I think next weekend we may very well have more of me because guess what? It's my birthday this time. Ha 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 ha.
That's right. So, from the studios for the Wine O'Clock Report, we're signing off now. And as always, later, people.
Love you out there in YouTube land.